And in this video, I'll be taking you through 5 tips on how to pass your JAMB examination. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Jose Fadres. I'm a medical student at the University of Ilorin in Nigeria. And in this video, I'll be taking you through 5 tips on how to pass your JAMB examination. So JAMB examination is basically one of the examinations written by university applicants or tertiary institution applicants in order to get admitted into tertiary institutions. It is by far one of the most applied exam in the nation, and for this reason it causes for a big competition. And in this video I'll be taking you through 5 tips on how to pass this beautiful examination. And number 5 on my list is JAMB use of English is underrated. Use of English is the most compulsory subject for every candidate who is taking the JAMB examination. So everyone must write the JAMB use of English. But it is one of the most underrated subjects, if not the most underrated, because a lot of people feels there is nothing to read in English. Like, at least we've been speaking English since birth, and then what's the need studying English and reading English and investing your time studying English? The thing is that speaking English and writing English are 2 different things. Yeah, because some things are right if we speak them, like, and we feel they are okay, but writing them according to the rules of English language, they are totally wrong. Let me give you an example. If I tell you I prefer rice than beans, yeah, you can tell me, well, it might be correct. Like, pleasing to the ear, like, it is very pleasing. I prefer rice than beans. But according to the rules, this is totally wrong, and it is not okay to say such a statement. So the best thing to say is, I prefer rice to beans. I prefer rice to beans is the best and correct statement to say. So the JAMB use of English is so underrated. Candidates don't study it. JAMB use of English is very, very important, and it should be given equal attention just as the way other subjects are. So number 4 on my list is JAMB past questions are so overrated. A lot of candidates have the notion, because I don't even know where they get the notion from, that JAMB repeats past questions, and then they focus on just JAMB past questions and they solve. I'm not against past questions, and I'm not preaching against it. But the problem is, the moment you rely on past questions only without reading your textbooks, without reading your materials, then you're setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, JAMB may repeat past questions, but what JAMB does is that they don't repeat past questions verbatim. They modify the questions and they make them look new. Because if you don't understand the concept, you won't get the right answer. They may change some of the options and they may modify the question so that to test your understanding of the subject. But if all you do is just to cram and memorize and go into the exam hall, you are going to find this type of questions challenging, because these are not what you memorized and what you crammed. So try to understand whatever concept behind every question. And it is very important to solve past questions, but just use it as a means of testing yourself after you've studied, and not relying on it as it is what's gonna come out in the examination. So use past questions, it is fine, but don't use it so much so that you forget your materials and you forget the real textbooks you have to use. And then number 3 on my list is use JAMB recommended textbooks. Use textbooks. So using textbooks, I prefer you use the JAMB recommended one, because these are what is recommended by the body setting the examination. But there are a lot of other textbooks which are not recommended by JAMB, but are very good for understanding and getting the points in a particular topic. So there's no substitute for textbooks. They are by far the best. And ensure you study and read in between the lines. Run away from anything summary. Make sure you go in depth into the nitty gritty details which you have to study. So study those nitty gritty details, read in between the line, and also importantly is diagrams. Study diagrams in textbooks, know them, know the function, use textbooks well, and I prefer you use the JAMB recommended textbooks. And number 2 on my list is use JAMB syllabus. Use JAMB syllabus. Studying with the JAMB syllabus will make you productive, and as well will make you accountable. In some textbooks, there are a lot of topics which are not on the JAMB syllabus. And if you study everything on the textbooks, you are just probably wasting your time, because those parts will not come out in your examinations. So it is very good to look at the JAMB syllabus and look at how it correlates with your textbooks and study those alone. Don't bother saying, but what if this come out? As far as it is in the JAMB syllabus, just study that. Whatever story is in your textbook that are not in the syllabus, leave that alone. Don't study them, and don't even think about them. So the JAMB textbooks is far the best. The JAMB syllabus is what you should use as your guide in studying. So as you read the topic in a syllabus, you tick it, move to the next one, you tick it until you are through with the whole syllabus. So whatever is left in the textbook that you've not done, due to the fact that it's not in the syllabus, just leave it alone. Don't touch it, except you just want to have a more understanding of it. But to be frank, JAMB is not going to set questions from that area that is not in the syllabus. So use JAMB syllabus and stick to it as your accountability partner. So, and finally, the best tip which I will ever give you today, because if after following the 4 tips you didn't follow this one, then you're setting yourself up for failure, and you wouldn't get your right results. So the best tip which I will give you is, please be computer savvy. Know how to use the computer, be acquainted with the computer, know which keys you have to use and how you have to use them during the examination hall. So I really have to say a very unfortunate story for you here. A very sound student and a brilliant student once registered for his JAMB, and on his day of examination, he went into the exam hall. After completing the subject, he clicked the submit button. So it signified to the invigilator that, sir, I clicked on the submit button and I didn't find the remaining work. So the invigilator told him that you only click submit after you are through with all the subjects. Don't click submit after each subject. So this is a very costly mistake he did, and at the end of the day, he only got results for just that subject alone, and this really spoiled his results and prevent him from getting admitted that year. So know how to use the computer system, and I'm not advising you to go to computer training centers, but at least if you can get some softwares, there are softwares available, or some apps on your phone, on your mobile. You can check them on Google Play Store on how JAMB examination is set up. So it can guide you on how to use them, the keys to use, how to move to previous question, and how to make good use of the computer system on the exam date. So learn how to use the computer system. Take this number 1 tip very importantly. It is by far the best, because what's the point of studying well, using good textbooks, and at the end of the day you don't know how to use the computer system? So it just disrupts everything. So please learn how to use the computer system, and don't waste too much time on it. It's something you get very easily. So, and study hard, study well, and you crush your JAMB examination. So my dear friend, I hope this tip has helped you, and if you find it very interesting, please consider clicking the like button. And if you feel it's gonna help someone else out there, then you can do good by sharing to your friends, your families. And if there are other tips which you think is gonna help people and other things which you would like to say, please link that in the comments below. So until next time, bye bye.